the only podcast which doubles as a dating app. This is Bombers.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bombers after our week off. It was
great.
It was pretty nice, actually. I had a good time. I am Bomber number 5, Anthony, aka Deg, and I am joined by Bomber number 3, Xiber, aka Xiber.
Xiber. So what'd
you do with the week off, Xiber?
I went to a anime convention and ate sushi.
Those add up. That seems like a thing that you should do at an anime convention.
And then I found 2 Zelda Amiibo I was missing. I actually found like a lot more, but they were like $40 each, so I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, the Zelda run stuff is pretty limited. They're getting pretty pricey. Which ones you grab?
I got Twilight Princess Link and the 8-bit Link.
Nice.
So they didn't even have a Skyward Sword Link, which I've never actually seen before. So I don't actually. Apparently it exists, but
this one right here that I'm showing you, Skyward Sword Link.
That's Breath of the Wild.
Is it? Hold on. Skyward Sword Link. This one, right?
No, that's Link Awakening, which I have that too. Which was fun, because that was one where I went to a GameStop and I found it. I was like, wait, why is it here? It turns out the person who pre-ordered it never picked it up.
Is this one, right?
That's the Twilight Princess. I think that's the Twilight Princess.
What about this one?
Oh, yes. I think that's Skyward Sword.
Yeah, this one's definitely Skyward Sword. Anyways, yeah, I have all the Zelda ones. Which ones are you still missing? Other than Skyward Sword, obviously.
Let me pull up my list. Because I have the list. I am missing Skyward Sword, Young Link Smash Bros. Version, Wind Waker, Zelda, and Smash Ganondorf. Which is really crazy that I'm missing Smash Ganondorf. That was before I was really trying to collect them, and he just doesn't really exist anymore.
Yep.
He also wasn't at the store I went to.
I don't think that he's gotten a reprint either.
I think
other than the second run. Because I think they did 2 runs of most of the early Smash Brothers stuff, but haven't gone back to it for a while.
Yeah, I know some people who got it when he first came out, so I guess all I have to do is just beg them to let me have him or something.
Yeah, if gotta cut a deal somehow.
I also need to double check if I actually have all the other ones, because I'm not sure if I actually have a non-Smash Bros. Young Link. Unless that's just the Mask one. I think I have that.
Yeah, there's the Majora's Mask non-Smash Brothers Link, and there's the Wind Waker non-Smash Brothers Link, and those are the only Young Links.
Apparently I have one. Yeah, I just need to double check.
Yep, well, before this becomes Bombers the Amiibo collecting episode, we've got a bunch of other cool stuff for the episode, don't we, Xiber?
Not really.
Oh.
This was definitely the coolest topic to have.
Don't tell them that. They'll stop listening.
Alright, well, I guess there is something I can talk about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so you know how like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago you had the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Well, there is a twin to that. The Frostbite Mountain Dew, which is based off of the Cool Ranch Doritos, like the Flamin' Hot's Flamin' Hot Doritos.
That sounds miserable.
And I finally found them. Apparently they are Walmart exclusive. So Haley went to Walmart yesterday and she's all like, yeah, I found them.
Well, Xiber, why don't you crack that bad boy open and tell me if I'm going to have to go to Walmart later.
Alright, I'm just going to post a picture real quick in the Only Friends chat. We can talk about that later.
Ooh, tease.
Peas.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Yeah, this looks terrifying.
So it's a nice blue.
Uh-huh. I see that.
It smells just like Mountain Dew to me. I don't really smell any particular thing outstanding from it.
Okay. What?
It tastes like blue.
That's all? Just blue?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I can't really think of what to describe it as. Just blue.
That's exceedingly disappointing. I was hoping that it would have that weird Cool Ranch weirdness to it.
Well, it's got like some kind of like practically texture spice thing to it, but
I'm sorry, did you say texture?
well, like how carbonation is practically a texture.
Oh, okay, I see.
That kind of thing.
As opposed to like chunks of something floating in your Mountain Dew.
Well, it says frostbite.
So you gotta bite into it.
Yeah.
This does not...
So it's not bad. It's not really good either compared to other Mountain Dew flavors.
It sounds like it's not much of anything.
Yeah, like it's not even special like the spicy one.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a novelty, lean in. Make it weird,
Make it minty.
Get funky with it. Have it have that sour cream tang to it. Ugh, that would be so gross.
I would drink that.
I would still drink it, absolutely, for the novelty, is what I'm saying.
I
but
say, even though I didn't drink the gingerbread one.
If all it does is taste like blue, what even is the point?
Yeah.
I actually ended up picking up the blue, like the...
Voltage?
No, the blueberry, like, Dr. Pepper. That's what it is.
Dark berry. Yeah.
The dark berry, yeah.
I like that because it's like raspberry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
That is a blue that is worth drinking.
I wish there was a zero sugar option. Or at least a
the...
diet option. They only have regular, to my knowledge.
I mean, I just bought whatever was on the shelf because I went, ooh, berry Dr. Pepper. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I got that at a Target, and I got the checkout. The person was just all like, "What is that?" I go, "It's dark berry," and she's about to say, "Is it good?" And I go, "I haven't tried it yet." So she's all like, "Well, if I ever see you again, you'll have to tell me."
Yeah. Is it good? Well, considering I didn't want to steal any, I don't know.
It's not like grapes. I can't just take one out of the bag
and then pay for it anyway.
Yeah. So.
I guess
I might try finishing this Mountain Dew. Maybe it just needs to go back in the fridge for a bit longer, or the freezer even. Then I'll really bite into it.
Oh boy, then it'll be real frost.
Like, did you ever make like the soda popsicles when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, you freeze up some pop and yeah, it's fine.
Sell them on the street.
What?
Yeah. Then have neighbor kids jealous that you're doing that, and so then they try to sell water on the street.
Oh. Sell them on the... I heard throw them on the street and my brain stopped. I was like, why? What are you doing, Xiaber?
Try and make this street all sticky so the cars will get stuck to them, and then they'll be stuck, and then they'll be all like hot because of summer, and we'll be like, well, hey, we got some popsicles over here.
We got this frozen pop. Don't mind how the street got sticky. Then you can be like, hey, if you're not going anywhere, why don't you listen to this cool podcast?
Little kid me, what's a podcast?
No.
You mean the radio?
Yes.
That was drinks and foods.
Yeah. Hey, if you were to have a car break down outside of your house because of all of the pop on the street, what would you tell them about our show? Segue.
There's a bra in my mouth.
Oh, you're killing me.
It's so good. It tastes so much better than the Mountain Dew.
Stop. Drinks and foods is over, so no more foods for you.
But pizza brat.
After the show. Save it for the post show. If you want to listen to Xiaber eat his brat, tune into the post show this week.
Alright, well now it's time for everyone's favorite section of the show, Bombtastic News. The news at Bombtastic. As mentioned before, if for some reason you always had an issue listening to our podcast because you only ever pay attention to YouTube, well, here's your chance to listen to our podcast on YouTube. Just look up This Is Bombers, and you'll find it. I have proven this.
By looking up This Is Bombers?
On YouTube.
Did you find it?
Yes. It's like the very first thing that popped up.
That's some really good, what do you call it? Search optimization. I don't know.
Well, there was no spaces too, so.
Yeah, search optimization.
Let me see what happens if I put spaces between this is and bombers.
Something bad, I'm sure.
This is a bomb. Yep, it does not show up.
It definitely does not. So make sure you search with no spaces for This Is Bombers, because that's how search optimization works, I guess.
Oh, now it's not showing up for This Is Bombers with no spaces either. That's strange.
You broke the internet.
I did break it.
What else is cool in information?
Well, if you want to go... Oh, if you look up podcasts, then it shows up instantly. This is Bombers podcast.
You also have to click search for with no spaces instead of it being like, hey, we searched for spaces because we thought you typed it wrong. Shut up, internet. I typed exactly what I meant to. What are we talking about? Sorry, something about a website?
Yeah, so we have a website at
Nice.
thisisbombers.com where you can find everything that you need to know about the Bombers, including our Discord server, our Twitch channel where we play games regularly, our Twitter account where you can be updated on whenever a new podcast episode comes out, and our Patreon where you can become a friend, best friend, acquaintance, or bombtastic bomb-ducer executive.
Bomb-ducer.
Something like that.
You got there eventually.
Where you just give us money and stuff happens. Good stuff. Like
stuff
you can be a part of the Only Friends channel on our Discord where you can see a lovely picture of Mountain Dew Frostbite currently.
And also dogs.
And also dogs and cats. And you can join in the pictures of dogs and cats all you want. We will not reprimand you. There's no YouTube yet on our website, though. That might change, though. Who knows?
Yeah, working on that.
That is bombtastic news.
Yep. Or you can something Patreon, join our awesome best friends, Ann and Rob, and our friends, Haley, Aaron, Minted Peas, and Reaper, who are always chilling with us with our pictures of cats and dogs and Mountain Dew.
Thank you also to our acquaintances.
Yes, thank you to our acquaintances. So Xiaber, we missed last week because we were both taking vacations, and it was nice and all. But looking back, there were actually some pretty good games that came out last week that we should probably at least give a little bit of lip service to.
All right, let's kiss them now.
Not really what I meant, but let's see. Last week we had on 5/24, which was certainly a day, Hard Space Shipbreaker, which is like a shipbreaking game in space. And it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't have the time for these because it's one of those like
I like
grind your way up the chain, earning money and additional tools and blah 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 type of game. I don't have the time for that kind of stuff, but it's supposed to be a pretty good one. From some of the articles I was seeing.
Okay.
Then on 5/26, Sniper Elite 5 came out for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and on PC. Have you played any of the Sniper Elite games at all?
No, I feel like I might like them because I do enjoy sniping.
Yeah, I very much like them. I think I've played 2 through 4, maybe 3 and 4. I don't quite remember. So I definitely plan to pick this one up at some point. Hopefully it'll go on sale this summer and I can get it a little bit cheaper. But they are very good, like pseudo stealth, but mostly sniping. And it's got the cool like X-ray when you see which body parts explode when the bullet hit them type of ridiculousness.
I do like that because like when I play like the Call of Duty and Halo campaigns or Borderlands, I always love being in the back and just sniping people.
Yeah, and this is basically just that.
Does that mean that means I won't have a partner up front to keep distraction, though?
That is the catch. You have to be a little bit sneaky and think like a sniper constantly.
It kind of reminds me of Hitman, but you're a sniper.
Yeah, similar-ish. Whereas Hitman is all about like changing costumes and being sneaky. Sniper is like World War II era, sneaking around with camo, don't get spotted, change up your sniping spot type of stuff instead of sneaky infiltration with spy style.
Now, question: can I snipe with a rocket launcher?
Technically, yes. If you're good enough, I suppose you could snipe, or you could just use the rocket launcher as a rocket launcher.
I'm just seeing a video now of the sniper guy and tall grass, and a guy with a question mark is approaching. He just does the take hit and take down, and then another guy starts question mark. He walks over.
Yep, that is how they do. Then on 5/27, I know we were really looking forward to this one. KAO the Kangaroo.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4, 5, the Xboxes, the Switch, and PC. The very call back to PlayStation 2 era platformer, mascot platformer type stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea that KAO the Kangaroo was an existing mascot platformer, but now that I know that it has a reboot coming, which is very Crash Bandicoot-esque with a bit more 3D-ness to it, I'm just like, well, of course, I will try new platformers. I love platformers.
So I take it then you are absolutely going to pick this one up?
Yep. It is out tomorrow of this recording, so people listening to this on Monday being all like, but it's already out. Well, not for us yet.
Yeah. We recording this in the past. Well, we'll have to talk about that if you're planning on getting that, at release. We'll have to talk about that game next week.
Well, I don't know about that, because we still haven't played Kirby, and I also just bought...
You're the worst.
I also bought Deathloop and...
Well, I like Deathloop.
What's that other newer game that came out in Japan? Like, it takes place in Japan, and Ghostwire.
Oh, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, those were on sale with the sale going on, so I was like, yeah, I'll take
those. Days of Play.
Yeah, it was like Ghostwire's already like... It was like almost 50% off or something like that. I was like, didn't this just come out?
I ended up with Days of Play. I picked up Rift Apart, so...
Good. It's a good game.
That'll be coming to me eventually. And also on the 27th, Microsoft Flight Simulator got some Top Gun Maverick DLC, which I think is kind of entertaining.
Oh, yeah, my dad was super all like, "Oh, new Top Gun movie's coming out, yay!" I'm just like, good for you.
I'll probably watch it at some point, but I don't think I'll watch it in theaters, so I have to wait for it to hit some sort of home video streaming, etc.
It'll probably go on HBO or something.
I imagine it will, yeah. As for this upcoming week's releases, Xiber, are you ready? It is a smaller lineup. On Wednesday, June 1st, Silt is coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, the Switch, and the PC. This is a very interesting looking... it sort of makes me think of like Limbo. In the ocean.
Limbotion,
yeah. Sure,
Oceanbo.
We'll go with that. Coming out from Fireshine Games.
It also reminds me of like a black and white Rayman Legends.
Yeah, it's got a...
They also had like ocean levels that were very similar looking to this.
This looks like it's shaping up to potentially be another Indie Darling style game along those lines. So that might be something to check out. I don't like water, so I'll probably pass on this one because it'll probably freak me out.
Thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia? Thalassophobia. Ocean's scary is basically what I'm saying. We also have, the next day, Thursday the 2nd, Diablo Immortal coming to mobile and PC. This is the...
people that have
Diablo,
phones.
Yeah, the Diablo mobile game. Don't you people have phones? I don't care. I don't even much like great sentence there, Anthony.
I also don't like great sentences.
I don't much care for the Diablo style like dungeon crawler type games to begin with. and this is a very sad mobile version of that, so I'm gonna hard pass.
When I was playing Diablo 2, it was just like really easy compared to when I was playing Diablo 5, maybe 4 or 5 with a friend, and I was dying constantly. So I don't know.
Well, they're only up to Diablo 3, so.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I guess it was Diablo 3 then.
It must have been.
Then they made Diablo 3 and then remade Diablo 2. Got it.
Yep, that's what they did. And now we have Diablo Immortal.
That's number 5.
It's technically 2.5. It's like the pre-sequel. Takes place between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, apparently.
The sequel pre, then?
No, the pre-sequel.
Yeah, but like, it takes place after already existing sequel, but... So it'd be sequel pre.
I get... You know what? That's making my brain hurt, so I'm going to move on to the next game, which is coming out on Friday the 3rd. It is Loopers. It is actually a re-release of a game that previously was on PC.
Is it like that one movie, Loopers?
No, it's coming to Switch. It is a science fiction visual novel.
Oh, like the movie.
Yeah, sure. The thing that I find most interesting about this is the story was written by Ryukishi 07, who is the same person that did all of the Higurashi stuff, the Higurashi Umineko, if you know those animes, those visual novels.
Well, I can see that the cover is of an anime girl, and
Correct.
at the very corners are 3 other anime people, so yes.
Yes, it's an anime thing. Those who know Ryukishi 07 should expect this to be a very cool mystery style setup. So that is the only reason I brought it up, is because that name was attached to the product.
That just reminds me that I still need to go play more of the World Ends Club.
I haven't even taken that out of the plastic yet.
It was good so far. I got like through the first 2 chapters almost.
Yeah, well, I thought about busting out something like that for the plane ride when I went on my vacation this past week, but then I took a book instead.
Ugh, what a nerd.
Yeah, I know. Paper. Gross. So, those are all the previous releases that we missed that were interesting, and the upcoming releases that we have to mostly look forward to.
Yeah, let us know if any of these games are like a huge must for you, or like a maybe eventually for you.
Or I didn't know that was coming out until I heard this, but now I'm interested for you.
Which, at least the former is probably all of these. Maybe not the second part of that sentence.
Sure. We also should mention the weekly bomb, huh?
Yeah, we had some pretty interesting news happen this past week. Well, I mean, one of them is news, the other one is rumored news, I guess.
It's something to talk about. Weekly bomb, where we come up with news items, determine if they are the bomb or a bomb. Why don't you lead with the first one there, Xiber?
Alright, so the first news. Raven Software QA workers win union votes. So Raven Software are one of the companies under Activision Blizzard. They work on Call of Duty games, and so specifically the quality assurance workers here have voted on joining a union, and the vote was success. Out of 30 people, 19 voted yes, and 3 people voted no.
Which leaves 8 people that apparently didn't vote.
Which, yeah, could be they were neutral, didn't care, which is, I guess, neutral, or weren't able to show up for the vote. I don't know.
Yeah, they apparently still had enough for a quorum, so the vote passed.
Yep.
And this is I believe this is the second video game related union in America that has been formed in the past year.
Oh, is it the second? What was
I think this is I don't remember off the top of my head, but there was another group that unionized recently. Vodio Workers United.
Well, I'm seeing articles saying this is the first major union form, but that could just be they don't recall any other unions forming before.
Well, Video Workers United was the first North
yeah.
American video game studio to unionize,
There we go.
following winning campaigns at Tabletop Studios Paizo, Cards Against Humanity, and Voltage Entertainment, which are not all their gaming unions now, but they were not video game unions.
So originally, there was a response back from Activision Blizzard saying that they didn't think this was enough people to basically warrant making union stuff like that, which is just false, basically. And also, it's not like they're making a union for the entire company, let alone the entire Activision Blizzard. This is just for the quality assurance group.
Yeah, for Raven Softworks specific.
Yeah, which is fine, because like when I used to work at a deli at a grocery store, like the deli had a union, the meat department had their own union. It's completely fine for individual groups to have their own union in a company.
Yeah, within their specific quote unquote like department, I guess.
Yeah. And
so considering interesting. Sorry, it's an interesting development considering all of the stuff going down with Activision Blizzard and their recent purchase.
Yes. Article also says a union push is also underway at Keyword Studios BC, which is previously supported BioWare's QA efforts. So more unions. I like it. Good.
It's interesting that this is happening specifically within quality assurance teams at these places. I wonder what that's about.
Well, I could easily imagine QA teams feeling unsupported, unappreciated. Yeah. Because, like, two things that make people want to quit are being unappreciated and not getting enough money, which is honestly a part of being unappreciated if they don't think they're getting what they deserve.
Yeah, and QA happens basically at the tail end of development where they're trying... Most publishers are trying to get the game out the door.
And so they're just ignoring possibly a lot of stuff that QA finds.
Plus, I mean, with the prevalence of day one patches and all those kinds of post-release bug fixes and all, I'm sure it's just a headache for QA workers to do all that kind of stuff. The game's already gone live, and you're still having to do a bunch of bug fixes. Ugh. That sounds like a one-way ticket to unappreciatedville.
Yep. So I will call this the bomb. I think more QA and even outside of QA people should get union. I mean, as an IT person, I feel like IT people need to get unions. I don't think we have any. Let's union everything.
Tech in general is very ignored on the union front in North America. And I think what's great about this particularly is how much we've recently been hearing in the past. Well, I was going to say like 5 years, but it's been a while with the crunch times and the painful development cycles. And it's good to see that workers will be getting some form of protection when it comes to video games, which hopefully will trickle down into just better releases for us, the consumers. On these games themselves.
We need to stop caring about how quickly a game comes out and more about how good it is when it comes out, that they're not just burning through people to get it out.
Yeah, I mean, and especially when we see historical problems with a game is not good on launch, which means that, like, people say, oh, well, No Man's Sky is good now. Okay, but they missed their window. Oh, Sea of Thieves is good now. Okay, again, they missed their window.
Yeah, besides when games just have natural expansions that come out, it's always weird when, like, journalists have to update their reviews for games because of huge quality fixes.
Yeah, I mean, even Final Fantasy 14 with the change between the original Final Fantasy 14 and Realm Reborn, which reworked the entire game. That one feels a little bit more natural because MMOs are expected to have those kinds of, games as service style changes throughout. But
yeah, then you have like Halo Infinite on the other hand, which is also a games for service, and it's just like, well, how long do you have to wait for it to be good? Although it is getting better.
Yeah. I prefer, a workable product on release, and
Yeah.
hopefully these kinds of works will help trickle down into us seeing that.
Indeed.
The second article that we pulled up is another stage in the great acquisitioning, Xiber.
It is an interesting stage. Plenty of people are coming out saying that EA is looking to sell itself or merge with another company.
Yeah, which is
not necessarily new. There's been past times where EA
fairly credible.
Yeah,
they had been looking to merge with Comcast in their NBC Universal subsidiary, which did end up, that deal fell apart.
Honestly, that is the last company I would want to be doing video game stuff.
I mean, it's EA and Comcast. Come on. That is a
two wrongs don't make a right, Dick.
I didn't say it made a right. I said it was a pair that is well suited for each other. Yes. Awful companies, in my opinion.
So, I mean, it's interesting that EA is like this because, like, they're not necessarily a huge powerhouse, but they are considered, like, a powerhouse of the video game industry. They're, like, similar to Square Enix, where they're huge publishers and such, and they got the market on sports games.
Definitely huge publishers. However, we do have to be aware of the fact that, for instance, they recently lost the exclusive contract with Lucasfilm/Disney for the Star Wars licensed games.
Wasn't that like 5 years ago?
It's still fairly recent in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm pretty sure that's probably part of what started their talks with Comcast. They have been losing a lot of their different sports goals, like with how they now are having to rename their FIFA line of games to some other name because licensing just the name FIFA in the title was like gonna cost them $500 million or something absurd like that. If I saw that headline at some point. Wish I had thought to pull that up, but I didn't think we were going to talk about it. But like, yeah, EA has actually been taking a couple of losses here and there recently, so kind of adds up that, they're looking to do some shakeups.
And then the report also claims that Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard has been a main driver for EA desire to sell. They're probably all like, "Whoa, we can make that much money by being sold." Probably.
If Blizzard could do it, what about us? Or the Sony purchase of Bungie, etc.
Yeah, that's also mentioned. Or in this quote, others say that EA is primarily interested in a merger arrangement that would allow EA CEO Andrew Wilson to remain as CEO of the combined company, which I'm just like, well, that doesn't feel like a good thing for whatever company they'd merged with.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting negotiating point when it comes down to it, which I bet was probably part of why the old NBC Universal deal fell apart.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you're going to merge with a different kind of entertainment company, I don't think the video game company should be the one that stays in charge of the entire thing, I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how EA's efforts to sell themselves go forward, considering all of these factors.
Because, I mean, it's tricky for me. Like, if they want Microsoft or something huge like that to buy them, like, well, are you going to just keep doing the same stuff? Will the company that buy you want you to keep doing the same stuff? Or would you rather they take control of a leash, basically, in which case, now the company has to deal with you? I'm not really sure if I'm not really sure if any of them is the right choice for a company wanting to buy them.
Yeah, and of course all of this is still basically rumors because of, the spokesperson. Oh, we don't comment on rumors and speculation when it comes to mergers and acquisition. The basic line of we don't comment on rumors and speculation.
We are proud to be operating from a position of strength and growth with a portfolio of amazing games built around powerful IP made by incredibly talented teams. And wow, I'm assuming they typed this out and then just come up with this out of their mouths.
No, it's a whole bunch of PR speak is what it is.
We see a very bright great future
and we're doing
ahead.
Fine. We're not selling ourselves because we're struggling. We're selling ourselves because money.
Yeah. We don't need
Good
to
job, EA.
struggle and need to sell money. We can be quite successful and still want to sell money.
Yeah. So if EA does end up getting into some manner of purchase deal, that will be another step in the great acquisitioning, combining a whole bunch of video game companies all under very small umbrellas. And let's be honest, it's EA. They don't have a great reputation for a reason.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out.
Just the concept of this is just kind of a bomb to me, because I really can't see any good thing coming out of anything of EA being bought or merged with or whatever.
No,
It's just all like, the only thing I can see is if they just crash and the remains go somewhere.
Yeah, get sold off in bankruptcy or whatever.
Because like they still have studios underneath them like Battle and stuff, and it's like there was good there, and then EA took control of it.
Yep. Frankly, I would honestly be more interested in seeing EA sell off some of their studios, like how Square Enix recently did, than seeing EA itself completely bought up as its entirety.
There's actually news that Square Enix is thinking of making new studios, and it's like, what?
Yeah, I saw those articles too. Hey, let's sell off a bunch of our studios and then make new ones.
Makes no sense.
Not sure what's going on there. But I agree. I would say overall this is probably a bomb.
What do you guys think? Is this just corporate speculation that isn't actually real? Do you care at all? Let us know.
Yeah. Do you even care? Very good question.
Are you actually an EA fan that would be disappointed if they got sold?
Does EA have fans? Ooh, got him.
Well, apparently they have, half a billion or whatever that spokesperson was saying.
Yeah, a network of more than 500 million players. That's really not hard to do anymore these days, let's be honest.
I can make bots have 500 million fans.
I mean, whenever they purchased up a bunch of stuff like the good, BioWare and all them other studios, yeah, okay, you've got a large portfolio, so you are just going to have a lot of players spread out across all those games. Cool. Good for you.
Yay for us.
Alright, I'm bored of this conversation. Let's talk about something else.
Alright. Hey, did you know that Taco Bell has the Mexican pizza back?
Oh, did that finally actually get released back? I know that they had been talking about doing it. Is it out now?
Yeah, so I had 2 days to get it before it officially came out, and then it came out a day or two after that. And I got a free one because they just gave everyone with the app a free Mexican pizza.
Just hey, remember this?
And this time it was pre-sliced, although terribly.
I don't get that, because I've always gotten my Mexican pizzas when I used to occasionally order them back in the day. They were always sliced.
Well, they gave me a fork and 2 knives, so...
That's silly as well.
I didn't get any utensils the first time I got it.
It's always been, to me, just a finger food. Not a great one, but still doable.
Yeah, it was interesting. But more importantly, they had the toasted cheddar chalupa back, and that is so good.
Well, might have...
You are not amused.
Yeah, might have to go back to check out the Mexican pizza and see if it's exactly what I remember from before, or if they did anything to it when they brought it back.
It was slightly better pre-sliced, but I still wouldn't pay $4.50 for it regularly. I mean, I obviously did to try it the first time. I guess next we'll have to talk about some Bomber's Notebook questions we have here.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else to say about Taco Bell. So what are our questions?
Alright, first question is from Oshi. What's your favorite time/part of the day? E.g. sunrise/set, golden hour, early morning, midnight?
Favorite time part of the day. I guess it depends. Is it a work day or the weekend? For me.
I'm gonna assume that she's specifically just talking about maybe atmosphere or something. Like, just you're outside and it's this time of day. Are you enjoying it?
Do I have to be outside?
Yes. Otherwise, you won't know what time of day it is. Part of dating.
Zyber, I got a watch. Okay, I know what time it is.
You don't know when the sunrise is every day.
Yeah, I do, because I've also got a smartphone, Zyber. Yeah, take that.
Hey,
I know
Alexa,
exactly-
where's the sun?
Where's the sun? Sun is in the sky.
Oh, it's in the center of our solar system.
Oh man, wish I had known that
All right, thank
before I
you.
looked at my watch. Favorite? Oh my
Alexa,
goodness,
stop.
she's still going. I think probably somewhere in like the late evening, maybe not quite all the way to golden hour, like a little bit before golden hour.
What
Maybe
is
a little bit after golden hour?
What is golden hour?
It's like the time before sunset, whenever the sun's still going down but not actually setting, and you got that golden glow.
Oh, yeah, that's nice unless you're driving towards the sun.
Yeah, I hate that.
Because there was definitely a point in my life where in the morning I was driving towards the sun, in the evening I was driving towards the sun.
Awful.
Yeah.
I hate awful.
And then, the winter came and I was driving in the dark both ways.
Also awful. Yeah. Like whenever I worked out in the middle of the desert, and if I worked night shift, it was drive home towards the sun in the morning, and then drive to work towards the sun in the evening.
Now you said, when you said you worked down the desert, I just imagine you, just driving to the desert, pulling out some weights, and just randomly working out.
No, I worked out in the desert. I didn't work out in the desert.
I'd say that I really like the sunrise when, I'm not deprived of sleep, and, like camping kind of sunrise. I really enjoy that.
I don't like the sunrise when I'm still awake.
No,
from last
it's just
night.
so good. It's just like you got that coldness, but then the sun is there warming you up, and it's so nice.
Yeah. But if you've been up all night, that just means that the sun is rising and you've been up all night.
Maybe it's just because I'm a lizard person or something. It just seems really nice.
Yeah. When I like to sleep in while camping, but then you're in a tent and the sun's up and it's like 10 a.m. and hot already.
You got neighbors eating lunch, being all like, "Did anyone ever leave that tent?"
Yeah. Hey, I'm camping. I'm on vacation. Leave me alone. I'll get out of the tent whenever I feel like it.
That was like Haley and me. We were sleeping until 8 or 9 instead of actually getting up to go to the convention as early as possible.
Yeah, especially if there's nothing cool going on early, whatever.
Yeah, in general, they had 5 events going on at a time, but we didn't actually care for any of them besides 2 things. They had a Fall Fantasy concert, and that was great.
Oh boy, of course.
All right, well, we hope that answers your question, Oshi.
I'm not sure what the answers were, but hopefully that was them.
Mine was sunrise, and Diggs was whenever he's awake.
Sunsetish, I guess.
We'll just answer one more question. This one's from Nemi, and it is: talk about your favorite rice-related memory? ?
Rice-related memory. Huh. What an interesting question.
I know. After we moved into this apartment, and I was making the LeBlanc curry based on Persona 5's curry. It was,
oh boy.
Oh, it was really good. It's like a Japanese curry, so it's really sweet. And so I was making that, and it's like, all right, time to make the rice. And then I found out that our rice cooker broke at some point since the last time I used it before the apartment move. And so then we had to, use a pot and stuff. But, just in general, it's like, yeah, making curry and rice is so good.
I do like curry and rice.
And also, it's like a friend group party kind of thing.
Yeah, friend group party is nice. I think my current favorite rice-related memory is probably making the onigiri that I did for the nori month of Club Sandwich. It was myself, a Rumor, and our other friend Art, all making little rice balls.
Yeah, see, I also made like onigiri and then later on sushi, but it's not that memorable to me because it was annoying and looked like crap. It tasted
No,
fine, but
onigiri is fun. I definitely plan to make that again. In fact, I just earlier, I believe it was yesterday, purchased some red bean paste so that I can make red bean
nice.
filled. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I have the Zelda unofficial cookbook, and there's a Discord server for it, so I'm on that. And so, like, people post pictures of the things they make, and one of them is the meaty rice balls, and I am just so jealous of the freaking perfect rice balls they make. I'm just like, how on earth do you make a rice ball triangular shaped? I just don't get it.
Yeah, that was actually the unofficial cookbook was the same one that I was using to put together those onigiri that I made.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty nice.
I just followed a generic oni rice ball making thing and then used cooked shredded chicken because we had it.
Nice. So,
well, Nemi, that is some of our favorite rice-related memory question marks.
There was also back the freshman year of college, there was the STU, the student union or whatever.
The
I don't know.
stew.
They had a like fried chicken wrap that had like fried rice in the wrap, and it was delicious. So I liked eating that, and that's a good memory of eating that rice wrap.
I mean, most of my rice memories are good because rice is good.
Yeah, rice is good.
Love rice. Much better than pasta.
Unless, well, what about like orzo?
I don't know what that is.
It's like pasta shaped like rice.
No.
Right?
I don't know.
Isn't that what it's called? Orzo?
I haven't had pasta shaped like rice, so I wouldn't know either way.
Yeah. Also known as risoni. Yeah.
Rice risoni?
Not risotto, risoni.
That's what I said, risoni?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Rice-a-roni?
No, that's rice. It's rice but noodles. Pasta, flour. Rice made from flour instead of from rice.
I think I'd rather have the grain from rice.
What?
All right, next question. So we actually have time for the third question. This one is from Melon Senpai, and it is, will Melon Senpai be the interim third bomber?
Probably not.
No?
No, our interim third bomber is going to be whoever we pull in for our guest spots, which look forward to next week's episode for the first guest appearance of season 4.
Hopefully.
What do you mean, hopefully?
I mean, there's always cancellations, who knows?
Let's not be...
I didn't plan anything. What are you talking about?
Stay positive and cancel those plans. And next week we'll have a guest who will next week's guest be the interim third bomber? Also probably not, because we're just going to cycle people through on guests.
Well, then they're just all interim third bombers. That's how interim works.
Oh, is that what that word means?
Yeah. It basically just means temporary.
I thought it was like someone that you bring on but you don't pay them money and then they get to put it on their resume.
No, that's an intern.
Oh, right.
Well, I hope that answers your question, Melon Senpai.
Yes. You're welcome.
All right. Well, so that was Bomber's Notebook.
Sure was.
And next is the Minish Recap, where we talk about things we've done. And we've had 2 weeks to do things.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
You were on vacation, right? Well, what did you do?
I went out to Utah and wandered around in the desert and the canyons.
Did you work out?
Great. No, I did not work out in the desert. I did go for walks, so I guess if you consider walking around and hiking and stuff to be workouts, then yes.
Some people do.
Well,
There's certain people that post hiking stuff in the Ring Fat Adventure chat, so...
Well, to the certain people that consider that to be working out, then I did work out. But it was nice. Saw some really cool scenery. Canyons, canyon walls, a waterfall, which was really cool.
In the desert, wow.
In the desert. There was a local, museum park where they had a butterflyery. I don't know what to call it. Like a butterfly garden type thing.
Butterfly garden, yes.
Yeah. And a little field museum type thing for dinosaur type stuff, because as we know, Utah is well known for its dinosaur quarries. And that was kind of cool because one of the things that they had at that museum was they were actually processing some of the fossils that had been pulled up from the local digs. So while we were there, behind the windows and stuff, they were cleaning up some titanosaur fossils, and that was neat.
Is that what sunk the Titanic?
No, it's like the big four-legged, long-necked dinosaurs are all called. Those are titanosaurs.
Like Bronchiosaurus?
Yeah, those things.
Mm.
Because they're big, like a titanosaur.
My dad was...
So that was neat.
My dad was talking about how excited he was for Jurassic World 3, and he's like, "Aren't you ready for that, Xiber?" I go, "No, I haven't bothered watching the second one. I don't want to."
Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about it either. However, the Dr. Pepper Dark Berry Dr. Pepperberry is partnered with the new Jurassic World film.
It is. Also, the Jurassic World roller coaster at Universal Studios is really fun, and Haley will no longer ride it.
Because it was too fun?
Because our butts were off the seat for at least half the time.
That's terrifying.
That was so good.
I don't love the thought of that. I'll tell you that straight up.
There's a reason Universal has lockers that we are forced to put all of our possessions in before getting on a ride. In case we die, then they'll be in the lockers.
And also so it doesn't fall out of your pocket and kill someone behind you.
Oh, that makes more sense.
It's probably both. It's definitely both.
Yeah, let's go with both.
So yeah, my vacation was a good time. I very much enjoyed it.
Was it just you?
Nah, it was me and some other friends.
Hmm.
So we had a little group wandering around hiking and stuff. It was fun.
That sounds dangerous. Just wandering around like little kids off their leashes.
Nah, it's fine.
I
mean, I made it back, right?
You did.
I mean, I made it back, right?
We lost Jimmy. Poor Jimmy.
Yeah, well...
You didn't make it through the blasting zone.
The blasting zone? I was like, where are we going with this?
Where are we going with anything?
I don't know what's happening right now, I'll be honest with you.
Well...
I also when I got back, because I was so drained and didn't feel like doing anything, I just lazed on my couch and watched television. So I was watching the new DuckTales that they had come out, 5 years ago or so?
Yeah, new quote unquote. It finished 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
Well, it's new compared to the first DuckTales.
Well, it's not new compared to the DuckTales after that one.
What, is there one after that one?
Not yet.
Exactly.
Unless you count seeing Scrooge McDuck in the Chip and Dale movie.
I do not. But it's, yeah. That's basically it.
It's a good show.
Vacation and being lazy with DuckTales.
How far did you get?
Oh, 6 episodes in, 10 episodes in, not exceedingly far.
You gotta keep
not
watching.
Not even out of season 1, so...
Gotta keep watching.
Yeah, I guess so. There'll be more background noise in the future while I'm cleaning the house or something. I don't know.
As soon as we got back from the comic convention, first thing we did was watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the movie.
Boy. I don't really want to watch that, I'll be honest with you.
Okay, but see, like, we saw the trailers and stuff, and we're just all like, this reminds us of Shadow the Hedgehog. We want to see that kind of edgy disaster.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a disaster.
It actually wasn't. It was like, not terrible, and it wasn't amazing. It was just like that nice level of nice.
I feel like I can't trust your judgment anymore on these things.
I mean, if you look at what other people say, they basically say the same thing.
Well, maybe I don't trust their judgment either.
Whatever. It's like,
I have seen that, didn't they put in the, like, pre-edit Sonic or something like that?
They did, which, like,
oh boy.
Honestly, he was more, like, designed better than some of the other characters. But, like, they kept focusing on, like, oh, they hated me because of my teeth, and I'm just like, yeah, that's the reason.
There was more than just that.
But no, like, Chip and Dale themselves, it's just like, well, so Dale is CGI, so that actually looked decent, but, like, Chip was, like, this weird 3D cel-shaded model instead of actually drawn 2D, so whenever they drew characters in 2D, it's like, wow, they look so much better than Chip.
Yep. You gotta commit. If you're gonna do old school 2D, you do it with the hand drawn. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's the main character. He's gonna be in so much of the show. Well, then don't make the movie if you can't commit to the base concept of the movie. Come on.
Yeah, because, like, even when they showed, like, the earlier stuff where both Chip and Dale were supposed to be 2Ds, they were, like, having them dance around in a room, and they're their 3D cel-shaded model, and all the other characters are 2D. I'm just like, wow, they're the worst-looking characters in the scene.
And it makes them stand out.
Yeah.
You gotta really stick to your guns on your premise there.
But other than that, I thought it was fine. Yeah, they just kind of had a cash grab of just throwing in everything they can. They had Jimmy Neutron's hair in a scene for some reason.
Just the hair?
Well, like, it was basically, like, pieces of a bunch of characters. Like, they had Sora's hair as well.
That's confusing, because Jimmy Neutron is Nickelodeon, not Disney.
They had a lot of non-Disney stuff, which, is... it's supposed to be like Roger Rabbit. They had Roger Rabbit in it at one point. It's supposed to just be every possible cartoon thing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but unlike Roger Rabbit, where, like, the tunes were basically existing for the sole point of entertainment, in this movie, like, a lot of the tunes want to go into entertainment, but not all of them do. So, like, in the present time of the movie, Chip is a, whatever, insurance per seller. Yeah.
Sure.
But, yeah, I think it's worth a watch.
Maybe. Maybe I'll sit down with it at some point.
It's good.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
That's stuff. We talked a bunch.
Yeah.
Go watch Chip and Dale. Go eat the Mexican pizza. Both of them have referenced Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, the Mexican pizza and Chip and Dale?
Yes.
Wait, no, really? The Mexican pizza referenced Sora from Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, Taco Bell made a little rap to advertise the Mexican pizza, and one of the lines was key to my heart like Sora.
Oh no. Taco Bell, why?
Taco Bell's all like...
Taco Bell, why?
I mean, what we're finding out here is that a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans have grown up and decided that they want to put their love of Kingdom Hearts into their work.
I think what we're finding out is that the Venn diagram of Kingdom Hearts fans and Taco Bell fans is
a circle?
Not quite a circle, but there's a lot of overlap there apparently. Oh boy.
Yeah, it seems a lot more jarring compared to, like, the Arby's video game reference stuff they do.
Well, yeah, because they do that specifically in, like, Twitter posts and stuff, and not in an actual commercial.
Yeah.
So it's different. I feel like you have a lot more leeway when it comes to social media posting.
I ran out of raspberry tea, so I went back to drinking this Mountain Dew, and it's still just like,
Disappointing.
yeah. It's like, I'm probably going to finish it, but it's going to take a while.
Unless you just chug it.
Well, hopefully the ones in the fridge that'll be colder will taste better. Maybe it'll actually taste like frost.
Head on over to Patreon and become a friend of the show to listen to Xiaber chug the rest of this Mountain Dew.
All right, here we go.